Ashley Webster, Liz McDonald are here, Scott Martin as well, and D.R. Barton, all of us together this Thursday morning. The Fed hikes rates. Do we still have a shot at 20,000? D.R. Barton, tell me.
Yes, sir. Now, you got to think we're only 1% away from that 20,000 number even after yesterday's drop. So just the normal fluctuations of the market should send us there. I'm bullish in the intermediate term, Stuart, and I believe a little pullback here is going to be useful to bring some more buyers in. I think the market needs to flex its knees before it jumps up. It'll be a good time to buy.
So, Ashley, you're nodding vigorously.
I do. I think there's still, to DR's point, there's a lot of money, the rotation out of bonds, people waiting. This is an opportunity to get in. Nothing has changed with the Donald Trump outlook. I know he has to make it reality. However, the fact that the Fed says we're going to have to kind of try and slow this down is a good thing.
Okay, Scott Martin, do you think that the Fed rate hike will interrupt the Dow's steady march higher?
Not until January, Stuart. I think this market is one that's disproving all the disbelievers in the sense that 20,000 seems like it's booked in the cards here. But I'll tell you what. 2 more rate hikes potentially, at least a chance of them in the first quarter of next year. So that's what I'm looking at. I think we'll hit 20K, but January could be the pullback month.
A bit of a speed bump then because of Janet Yellen's Fed?
Yes, and you know, they're looking at full-in 3% rate in a couple of years at the Fed. We said yesterday they hike rates, that market tumbles, and it did. And Goldman Sachs, Credit Suisse also saying what Scott is saying, a pullback.
Look, now we're up 46, 47 points on the Dow Industrials in the first 3 minutes of business. Okay, a little bit of a bounce back from yesterday's loss. Mr. Trump met with the biggest names in technology yesterday, the people from Apple, Amazon, Facebook, Microsoft, Google, and a whole lot more were there. We're told it was a friendly meeting. Afterwards, Elon Musk, Tesla, Tim Cook, Apple, now they had a private meeting with Donald Trump. And I don't think we know what happened in that meeting, do we?
Well, you know, Elon Musk was saying he's happy about it. He's saying we can expand our manufacturing footprint, and they're trying to do that with the Gigafactory. Also, Tesla, by the way, needs approval for that Solar City deal that they're trying to acquire.
Let's not forget that. Okay. Now, a moment ago, we were showing you the big technology stocks after yesterday's meeting and how they're performing first thing this morning. Basically, they're mostly higher, only Amazon is lower. Now, Twitter, they were not invited to the big meeting yesterday. Ashley, why not?
Even though Donald Trump didn't tweet about it. But, you know, listen, he said the transition team says Twitter wasn't invited because it's just too small. Market cap of $13.8 billion. The next smallest was Tesla at some $32 billion. So they say it's not a matter of any bad feelings. There was some pushback on an emoji of that the Trump campaign wanted. They were going to pay $5 million for a Crooked Hillary emoji, where she's holding a bag of cash. That was rejected. The rumor was that that's why they weren't invited. Trump campaign says ridiculous. We've had public spats with other people. Jeff Bezos, Tim Cook of Apple, and so on.
Hey, Scott Martin, I still can't understand why a company that gets so much publicity, Twitter, I mean, Mr. Trump tweets constantly, and they can't make money and they can't break out of the $17 to $19 per share range?
Hey, you're preaching to the choir here. I mean, we're owners of Twitter from a little bit higher, and I believe you, man. I mean, it's amazing. I wish they'd get it going. You know what? I'll tell you, yesterday is a perfect example of kind of Twitter's existence, isn't it? I mean, Donald Trump uses Twitter more than any politician in history, yet they don't get invited to one of the biggest tech meetings of the year with the president-elect. I mean, they're totally out in the cold in a lot of things.
Okay, I'm sorry you own it at that price. All right. Check the big board. We've gone up. Look at this. Now we are over 60 points higher, 62, 63 points higher for the Dow Industrials. We were down 118 yesterday, bouncing back up by about half that amount in the first 5 minutes of business. Apple stealing what they call mapping engineers from a German car company. That implies they're going ahead with their plans to make cars, I guess. What's it with self-driving cars? Or they still seem to be in that marketplace, and the stock is at 116 this morning. Star Wars movie comes out at midnight tonight. Fans are lining up to see it. Promises to be a big winner for Disney. There's a brief trailer for you. I believe Disney stock went above $100 a share and is now at 104. They're opening the gates tonight for Star Wars. Time for your Amazon story of the day. Interesting. Wynn Resorts is putting an Alexa in every room. What's this about, Nicole?
right? So you like Alexa. This is where it's an assistant. You say, Alexa, play Barry White. Alexa plays you a nice Barry White song while you're in Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, right? Well, maybe not, because Alexa is an open mic, always listening microphone. And the idea of it sounds great, goes into 4,700 rooms by summer of 2017, but it's putting some people on edge because it is an open microphone. And while they say they don't store the sound, it still is listening all the time. And so that is what leaving those people who put a piece of tape over their laptop, cameras, the people who worry about these things are a little bit worried. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah.
I also want to bring you on to a little something inside here on the floor.
What?
You know, everybody's a little fed up waiting for Dow 20,000. This is Dow. This is for everybody at home investing, waiting. I can tell you the traders have Dow almost 20,000. This is a good hack made by Peter Tuchman. They really are.
If it hits 20,000, those caps are useless, but that's another story entirely. All right, Nicole, that was an interesting story about an open mic in your room in Las Vegas. I'm not
what
sure
could go wrong?
What could go wrong? Go wrong.
And it does actually, after you say the wake word Alexa, it does record everything you say based on, for you to see your next command, and you can see that on your phone or anywhere.
Do they give it to advertisers? We don't. Check that.
Serious story now. If that's not serious, this is. 21st Century Fox, parent company of this network, is going to buy that part of Sky that it doesn't already own. Sky is a British news service. What exactly is our parent company getting?
22 million homes in 5 countries in Europe. It is the UK's biggest pay TV broadcaster. It struck an exclusive deal with HBO to show things like Game of Thrones. The revenues are up nicely this year. And, you know, they spent about $14 billion for that stake, valuing the overall company at $23 billion, coming into the deal after a 31-year or so decade low in the pound after Brexit. So they're coming in, lowering their costs.
You pay dollars, they're selling in pounds, you get a bargain price. All right. Yahoo says 1 billion user accounts were hacked, and it gets worse. You got any more on this?
Yeah, well, we're tracking a report from a competitor, Bloomberg, saying 150,000 U.S. government workers, including military, were hacked as well, including White House workers, FBI agents.
That's a new report.
That's a new report.
Just coming out.
Yes.
So included in the billion hacks were 150,000 government workers.
Yes, including White House workers, FBI agents, military officials. The issue here, multiple. Yahoo's trying to sell itself to Verizon for $4.8 billion. Verizon already said this could be material. They could easily walk away from the deal. Remember, Yahoo almost sold itself, should have sold itself to Microsoft for $45 billion in 2008.
And there is the whole issue of Marissa Mayer, who took over the company and has not done terribly well with the company, actually should have revealed, in my opinion, this billion-user hack a lot earlier.
It's from 2013, Stuart, so I think one of the big issues here is you're not going public with this for 3 years, or how long it took them to find out. That's one of the reasons the stock's down so much since yesterday.
Here's something that we say all the time. Content is king.
Yes.
Well, Facebook now says it's in talks to produce original TV shows of its own.
Yeah, talking to TV studios, other video producers. What kind of things? Well, on the street, the rumor is scripted shows, game shows, and sports.
Really?
Yeah, this is a huge, you know, they maintain, we are a tech company, we're not a media company. Well, it's starting to look more and more like
Scott
a media
Martin.
company.
Yeah, Scott Martin, they're a media company doing this kind of thing, surely.
I'll tell you, Facebook is pretty much anything they want to be these days. So if they want to get into the content-producing space, God bless them, because you know what? I know they're going to be successful. You've seen the Instagram numbers lately. They're going to roll it out. People are going to love it.
All right. Fox News poll. Want to bring it to you. Twice as many people trust markets and business to improve the economy compared to government and politicians. I want to go around the block. I say that kind of polling result shows there is a new mood on Wall Street and in the country. Am I right, DR?
I am flabbergasted that the numbers are that low. How could you count on government and politicians to help the economy? What we need is to upgrade our economic and finance education so that people don't vote in such a crazy way. I'm amazed.
Yeah, that's very interesting. All right. Frankly, we're out of time. We're going to have to take a commercial break, so I'm going to say thank you very much to Scott Martin, DR Barton, both of you. Thank you very much indeed. Before we go...